Okay, these riots been going on in LA for about a week now, man. It's been sparking a lot of interesting conversations I've been seeing on the internet. Like, basically, other groups like blacks, like us as Black Americans, are not doing enough to help the illegal or the Latino community in general. That is the narrative that's being, spread across the internet right now. So I want to talk about that a little bit and why that may be the case. Okay, now Latinos and Black Americans are two different cultures, as we know. We do have Afro Latinos, which are people who derive from Latino countries, but are also Black and of African descent, like Black Americans. But the only difference primarily is that their culture, they came up under Spain ruled territories where their language would be Spanish and not English. Whereas if our territory was London ruled or England, London, British ruled area. So therefore we speak English. You get what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the only difference between a Black American and a Black person from, let's just say, Panama, or a Black person, let's just say, from Brazil. The only really difference is culture and language, because blood, as you can see, we pretty much look identical. So as a race, we're the same. We're the same thing. You want to call us Negro, Afro, Black. I don't know what the proper word is for the race that we belong to, but that's what it is, right? But a lot of Latinos don't identify as Black. So let's get to that. A lot of Latinos from whatever country they're from, it could be Puerto Rico, it could be Dominican Republic, it could be Cuba, it could be, when I say Latinos, I'm not just talking about one particular country. So let's get that straight. We're talking about Latinos in general. Latinos abroad, most of them do not identify as Black. Most of them would rather identify as white. Let's get to that. Most of them are not white or nor completely Black. They're like a mixed race, as you see. The average looking Mexican, or the average looking Colombian, or the average looking person from one of the Latino countries, they usually look mixed. They usually don't look white. You can tell they're not white. And they usually don't look Black. You can tell they're not Black. They look like, the traditional Latino look. It's like a mixed kind of, look. Fair skin, curly or straight hair, the look that I'm talking about. So now, with that being said, there's certain countries where Latinos look primarily white. Like we're going to talk about Argentina or a place like Chile. A lot of the people there, they look almost just totally Caucasian. You get what I'm saying? So Black people in those countries are not really looked high upon, should I say. So we're going to get into the racism within the Latino community against Black people primarily. We're gonna go there because they don't seem to really much be racist towards whites. It's only Blacks. So let's talk about that here. Okay, my fellow Black Americans, if you ever hear a Hispanic call you Mayate, that's pretty much, if you hear Mayate, that pretty much is disrespect. Well, pretty much that is blatant. That is like top disrespect. That's like pretty much the same thing as a white person calling you a nigger in English. That's the same thing as the N-word. You know what I'm saying? In Spanish, if they call you Mayate, that means they talking bad about you being Black. They making fun of you being Black, bro. So pay attention to that word, right? Another word is Mahor La Raza. Mahor La Raza. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But that basically means do not, okay, so we have this where you know how in America where the black parents don't want you to date a white girl, or white parents don't want their children to date a black kid. That's what that means in Spanish, Mahara La Raza. That means that you should date people that is fair skinned, or you should have children with people who are white. Never people darker, never black people. This is a term that Spanish people uses that means ethnic cleansing. It means cleansing the race or something of that nature. That's what it means. That's what they promote. They're promoting whiteness. They're not promoting to put more black into their bloodline. They're promoting to be more white. You get what I'm saying? This is the silent stuff that goes on amongst the Hispanic community that a lot of other races do not know about, especially black Americans. You get what I'm saying? Because we sitting here, we shaking hands with these people and we being friends with these people. And I have a lot of Hispanic friends. I have a lot of them. I don't know nobody's heart. I don't know if deep down in their heart that they don't like black people or whatever the case. I don't know if that's the case or not. I would like to think that's not the case because they my friend. They wouldn't be friends with me, right? If they just hated black people so bad. But you know what I'm saying? We're going to continue to talk about this because I belong to the black race first, and I'm going to continue to talk about this. And there is racist people of other ethnic groups that do not like black people as well. And that's just not redneck white people. It's other groups as well. You know what I'm saying? Hispanics should be the last people that should be racist towards black people. But for some reason, they are racist. Not all of them, but a lot of Latinos are racist towards black people as well. You know what I'm saying? We're going to explore this other term that the Hispanics use for something that is attached to racial cleansing. Another term that they use is called blanqueamiento. I don't speak Spanish, so y'all can laugh at my at the way I'm saying these words or what have you. I need to learn Spanish, but I don't know Spanish. But blanqueamiento, I guess that word means, that's just how you say it, but that word means to whiten as well. But what difference is with that word and Mahar La Raza is that there's a painting that go along with this saying here. It basically depicts a black woman, and it seems to depict a white man having offspring, and those offspring also having offspring with other white people. So it's depicting how from a black person you can cleanse through generations and get back to white again. So that's what they promote in their culture, in their language, in their ethnicity. That's what they're promoting as a whole. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you have black Latinos, but if you look inside of these countries, the black Latinos are marginalized just like they are in America. You know, I have an African homeboy at my job that told me he lived in Ecuador. That's a small country in Central America. And he said that there's black people there in that country. And he said that they treated them like shit. He said they put them, they neighborhoods is over like by the waste dumps and places where it's less desirable for you to build apartments and housing at. It's like where nobody would want to, be at. They put them people over there. So he was saying he noticed how they treated the blacks differently in that country when he was there, basically treating them differently by treating them worse. You know what I'm saying? So every story I hear about black people inside of these countries, that's what's going on. So it's just not white redneck people that don't like blacks. I'm trying to spread awareness here. There is a lot of racist people within the Hispanic community. So don't think that all Hispanics are your friend. And Hispanics coming out saying, why don't black people help us? This, that, and the third. Let me get y'all straight with something. Even the American born Hispanics, you guys have not went through what my culture have went through. You guys have not went through slavery. Your ancestors had not went through slavery like mine. Your ancestors have not went through Jim Crow like mine. I have living grandparents right now that can tell me stories, horror stories about what they went through as far as racism when they were young kids. I had people still living that could tell me what happened to them when they were kids. You know what I'm saying? Your people came here as immigrants and came over here to work and came over here in a different manner. So for y'all to come over here and think y'all supposed to just piggyback off of everything that black people have built and have earned, y'all got another thing coming. Y'all not going to just do that to us. Y'all are not the same. Y'all are not the same type of boat that we are in. You get what I'm saying? Like, we have paved the way for civil rights in this country. For all of y'all to have rights. My ancestors done that. My ancestors marched. My ancestors got hung. My ancestors got sprayed and bit by dogs and sprayed by water hoses and beat by police and still being victimized to this day. That was my ancestors going through that, not y'all's. So let's get that thing straight first. And for the Mexicans that's waving the Mexican flags through the streets and all of that, y'all need to get rid of them first, because y'all need to go back to Mexico. First of all, because how you gonna be in another man's country? How you gonna be in another whole nother country waving a flag of your country? Go back then if you like it that much. I don't have nothing against Mexicans. I don't have nothing against Latinos in general. I'm just presenting the facts of what I see. I actually have friends that's Hispanic. They might not like this video that I'm making, but I'm keeping it 1,000. I got to get this off my chest. This is how I feel about the situation. So do I condone what's happening to you guys from the Trump administration? No, I do not condone it. I don't agree with it at all. I think that, yeah, illegals, it should be dealt with, but it needs to be a different way. It's too aggressive. It's just too all out. It seems like an all out war on the people. So I don't agree with it. But for y'all to sit up here and say, oh, why black people ain't helping as much? Y'all got to understand how y'all have treated us when we in need and when our back is against the wall and everything like that. And then out in LA, you know what I'm saying? From what I understand anyway, the Mexican gangs don't like the black gangs. Them in prison, the Mexicans don't like the blacks. In everything, y'all separate yourself from blacks over there all the time anyway. So why would they help y'all? You know what I'm saying? Get me to understand this. Why would they want to help y'all? I'm Robbie Maurice, man. This is Hood Topic TV. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how y'all feel down in the comments, man. Tap in with me. Peace.